Thursday's high-stakes showdown in Atlanta is the first of two scheduled debates ahead of November's election. And as it stands, Biden has less than a half-a-point advantage over Trump, according to 538. Here to get us ready for Thursday's ABC News chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl. John, listen, it's not hyperbole to say that this debate could completely reset the race. What are you watching for?
Well, certainly any debate is big, but in a race this close, I mean, it's an essential moment, and obviously this is a campaign like no other. I'm looking for Biden to see if he can answer concerns about his vitality, frankly, his ability to take the race, take the campaign to Donald Trump. How does he perform? Does he address some of the concerns that come not just from Republicans trolling him, but from Americans across the country about his ability to campaign and his ability to serve another 4 years? And then for Donald Trump, you know, Trump has been ubiquitous in our lives for years now. But Americans haven't seen a lot of him unfiltered since he left the White House. So this is a solid 90 minutes where Trump will be asked specific questions on policy, on his positions on the issues, and does he come across looking like a guy that has the temperament to be president of the United States again?
Well, John, and I want to get to that, the age aspect of it. The Trump team, they've essentially been portraying Biden at 81 as weak, old, feeble, whatever adjective you want to throw out there. Now, could that come back to bite them with former President Trump just turning 78 this month?
Well, look, I've been covering presidential debates, frankly, debates in all levels of campaigning for a long time. And rule number one is you always talk about how great a debater your opponent is because you want to set expectations as high as possible and then say they weren't met. That said, I don't know how much the expectations game really matters. I mean, Americans are going to be tuning in. I expect tens of millions of Americans are going to be tuning into this debate. It's going to be the first that a lot of them have paid any attention whatsoever to this race. They're going to see with their own eyes what they see, and they will make their judgments specifically on that question regarding Biden and Biden's vitality. Yes, Republicans have portrayed him to be a guy that can't remember his name. That's not the case. But let's see how he does during the course of a lengthy and heated debate with Donald Trump.
Now, on another note, Donald Trump said over the weekend that he's already made a decision about his vice presidential pick, and that person will be in attendance Thursday in Atlanta. So what do we know about who that person might be, and do you think Trump could announce his running mate from the debate stage?
No, I don't think he'll do that. But first of all, I take everything he says about this with a grain of salt. Donald Trump, perhaps his greatest success in private life was The Apprentice, and part of The Apprentice was being able to build up to a lot of suspense about a big decision, cut to the commercial break, and then come and build up some more suspense before actually announcing what you're going to do. So no, I expect that he will hold out for some time before announcing it. I have no idea if he's actually made up his mind. If he has made up his mind, there's a damn good chance that he'll change his mind between now and the announcement. What he has said is that he would make the announcement at the convention. Now, this is kind of interesting because usually what you would see is an announcement coming before the convention because it allows a campaign to have a big moment, lots of coverage, before the convention, which is its own big moment with lots of coverage. Trump's schedule is a little bit compressed, though, because 4 days before that convention, he needs to be in New York for his sentencing in that criminal trial where he has been convicted on 34 felony counts. So that kind of makes the challenge a little bit greater in terms of the calendar, but I expect we will hear from Trump sometime close to the convention, but likely before the convention.
And today marks 2 years since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, leading to restrictions on abortion access across the country. Now, the Biden campaign just released this ad today attacking Donald Trump for appointing 3 of the conservative Supreme Court justices that joined in support of that ruling. Check it out.
When I had a miscarriage, the pain that I was feeling was excruciating. I was turned away from 2 emergency rooms. That was a direct result of Donald Trump overturning Roe v. Wade.
Now, how do you expect Trump to handle the issue of abortion on the debate stage?
This is a tough one for Trump, and he's tried to be all things to all people on this. On the one hand, to evangelicals and to social conservatives, he has proudly proclaimed, I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade, but he's also at the same time made it clear that that now means, in his view, the decision on abortion is up to the states, and he's not, endorsing harsh restrictions. In fact, he was even critical of Florida's effort to have a 6-week abortion ban, so he's trying to say, look, don't worry about me. I'm not the guy that's going to ban abortion nationwide, but he owns this issue. He is the president, as he has said, who appointed the justices who did overturn Roe v. Wade, who now made it possible for at least some states to have very severe restrictions on abortion. That is because of Donald Trump.
ABC News Chief Washington Correspondent John Carl, thank you very much. Now, this Thursday night on ABC News, be sure to watch the CNN presidential debate simulcast. It all starts on ABC News Live at 7 p.m. Eastern with the special Race for the White House.